vase smells like chocolate.
Really? Ah! Ever notice how some TV characters just vanish? No dramatic death. No heartfelt goodbye. Not even a passing line about moving to a school out of state. One week they're there, shaping storylines and dynamics. Sibling, teacher, staffer, friend. And the next week they've slipped into the void, like last season's plot twist. It's the eerie quiet of TV's unsolved mysteries. Characters who exit not with a bang, but with a shrug. That silence is what sticks. It changes the chemistry. It rewires the family tree. It tilts a show's center of gravity and makes you question your own memory. Wait, didn't they have another kid? Writer's room decisions, contract hiccups and course corrections. Whatever the behind-the-scenes reasons, the on-screen effect is the same. A ghost in the credits. A seat at the table that never gets filled. Today we're counting down 10 of the most memorable disappearances, from sitcom siblings who ceased to exist, to pilot-only experiments, to a prestige drama staffer who fell off the map. We'll give context why the Vanishing Act mattered, and the strange legacy each absence leaves behind. Settle in, keep your eyes open, and don't get too attached, because just when you think a character is part of the furniture, poof! Let's start at number 10. 10. Sara Spooner. In the early episodes of The King of Queens, we meet Sara Spooner, Carrie's younger sister, free-spirited, messy, and a walking spark for the show's domestic powder keg. She drops in like a human curveball, poking at Carrie's frustrations and Doug's laid-back routines, hinting at a broader family web that could blossom into recurring hijinks. Then, with the kind of quiet you only notice afterward, Sara simply stops appearing. There's no move-away episode, no big life change, no heartfelt hug at the door. The show recenters on Doug, Carrie, and Arthur, and it's as if Sara never existed. Why it sticks. Early season family dynamics shape how we understand a couple's world. Sara gave Carrie a mirror character, someone who could challenge her in ways Doug couldn't. Pulling that mirror away tightens the show, sure, but it leaves a faint outline on the wall. You can see where the picture used to hang. Sitcoms are famous for trimming for pace and chemistry, but a sibling erasure feels personal. You remember the sister even if the show pretends not to. And if you're side-eyeing that sudden silence, you're not alone, because the quietest exits often involve family. Which brings us to a character whose absence made fans ask a simple, devastating question. Did this household misplace a child? 9. Brendan Lambert. In Step by Step, the blended family chaos was part of the charm. Roll call ran long. Dinner scenes felt like crowd control. And somewhere in that lovable tangle was Brendan, the youngest Lambert boy. He wasn't flashy, but he was there, a real kid in a real family that was already breaking every TV Brady rule by piling personalities into one house. Then late in the run, Brendan just evaporates. No move, no new school, no taking a semester abroad. He's there, and then he isn't. Why it sticks. Sitcoms can bench a cousin or a neighbor, but a core kid? That's different. Families are the immovable center of family sitcoms, and when you yank out a child without even a throwaway explanation, you're messing with the show's heartbeat. The budget reshuffles. The focus pivots to the teen storylines, and the youngest gets lost in the shuffle, literally. It's the oddest kind of rewrite, one that keeps the living room but quietly changes who's allowed to sit on the couch. And if you think that's wild, wait until a show drops an entire older brother like he was never born. We head from the 90s back to the 70s for the grandfather of vanishing acts. 8. Chuck Cunningham. There's disappearing, and then there's becoming a TV legend for disappearing. Chuck Cunningham, Richie's older brother on Happy Days, did both. Early on, Chuck was the classic sitcom big brother, college kid slightly aloof, wandering in to grab a snack or toss a deadpan line. Then one day, the Cunninghams simply had one less child. No exit arc, no scene, no "I'll be upstairs" that turns into "I never came back downstairs." He vaporized so completely that pop culture coined a term, Chuck Cunningham syndrome, when a character vanishes from continuity and everyone pretends it never happened. Why it sticks. Happy Days is a comfort food time capsule, and continuity in comfort TV is king. If even the Cunninghams can misplace a kid, continuity itself starts to feel optional. Chuck's erasure became the textbook example of how sitcoms, especially evolving hits, tighten around breakout stars and dynamics. Fonzie, anyone? And remold the family to match. The result is smooth, but the seam is still there. You can't hear Chuck calling down the stairs anymore, but you can hear the echo. That echo traveled through the decades, right into the TGIF era, where another family decided to quietly set the dinner table for one less. 7. Judy Winslow. Judy Winslow was the Winslows' youngest daughter, a little sister in a Chicago living room that slowly but surely evolved into the house that Urkel built. As Steve's magnetic chaos grew, so did the show's focus on an orbit of characters who played off him best. Somewhere in that gravitational shift, Judy slipped off the map. She's there for multiple seasons, and then she's not. No line about moving in with relatives. No school transfer. No exchange program. Nothing. Later episodes behave as if the Winslow household always had one fewer child. Why it sticks. Family Matters began as a grounded family sitcom. Erasing a daughter upends the show's origin to suit its new identity. A transformation that TV history remembers, but the characters never address. Judy isn't written out, she's written around. That absence changes how we read the family's dynamic in hindsight, like noticing a missing photo in a family album and realizing the smiles look different without it. But vanishings weren't just a family sitcom problem. Even prestige dramas have their ghosts, sometimes after only one season. 6. Mandy Hampton. In the first season of The West Wing, Mandy Hampton is the fiery media consultant with a sharp mind and sharper elbows, exactly the type of personality that sparks in Sorkin's speed dialogue. She engages, she challenges, she rocks the boat. And then between seasons, the current shifts. When season 2 storms in, Mandy is gone without a trace. No clipped walk and talk explanation. No, she took another job. No, she's running a campaign in Oregon. She just doesn't report for duty. Why it sticks. Unlike a sitcom shuffle, this is a world where logistics and continuity matter. Characters typically get arcs, reassignment lines, even off-screen promotions. Mandy's absence is conspicuously unacknowledged, like a meeting that everyone decided to pretend never happened. It's an early lesson in ensemble TV. Even in a show built on momentum and memory, some threads are snipped with surgical silence. And if staffers can vanish from the White House, teachers can certainly disappear from homeroom, especially one who meant everything to the kids he was guiding. 5. Mr. Turner. Jonathan Turner was the cool English teacher with a motorcycle and a soft spot for lost kids, including Sean. He felt like the bridge between youthful chaos and adult steadiness, a mentor who made school feel lived in. Then a serious accident sidelines him. We're told he recovers, and then he fades away. He doesn't come back to class. He doesn't get a proper farewell. One of the show's key adult anchors simply slips out of the narrative. Why it sticks. Mentors are TV glue. They hold character growth together. They help kids become people. Losing Mr. Turner without resolution leaves Sean's arc missing a vital counterweight. The show still carries on, heartfelt, funny, iconic, but you can feel the hollow where Turner should have been in the later seasons. The absence isn't just noticed, it's formative. Sometimes the lesson we get is that not every lesson gets finished. From beloved mentor to an experiment that walked into the Bundy household and then walked right out again. 4. 7. When Married with Children. Introduced 7. A cherubic little cousin dropped into the Bundy circus. It felt like a network note materialized as a character. Hey, what if we add a cute kid? 7 arrived with the promise of fresh chaos and a dose of saccharin that never quite fit the Bundy flavor profile. And then swiftly he was gone. No multi-episode arc to write him out. No sweet goodbye. Just one day. No 7. Why it sticks. Married with Children even winked at it later with a milk carton gag. A self-aware nod that says, yeah, we know. But meta humor doesn't fully erase the audience's whiplash. You remember the time the show tried to bolt something new onto its nasty, funny chassis, then quietly unbolted it. It's a case study in tone. When a show knows what it is, anything that doesn't metabolize gets spit out fast, sometimes without even a napkin. And speaking of experiments, pilot episodes are where shows throw everything at the wall. Sometimes a character sticks just for one night. 3. Coco from the Golden Girls. If you've only ever known the Golden Girls as the perfect symmetry of Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia, the pilot will rattle you. Enter Coco, the house cook. A gently sardonic presence weaving around the 4 future icons, smoothing mornings and stirring sauces. He brings a different rhythm to the house, a 6th note in a theme song we didn't know yet. Then the show recalibrates, finds the exact quartet that will become TV royalty, and Coco evaporates. No goodbye, no mention, just replaced by a sharper focus on the 4-way chemistry that made the show sing. Why it sticks. It's a glimpse into the alternate universe where the Golden Girls is a 5-person show. By episode 2 you feel the difference. The jokes land faster, the beats tighten, the kitchen suddenly belongs to Sophia. Coco's disappearance is the price of perfection. We don't mourn it exactly, we're too busy laughing. But anyone who's been surprised by the pilot recognizes the quiet rewrite. The show found itself, and it made space by making someone vanish. Pilots have a habit of conjuring siblings too, ones that never make it past the test run. 2. Tina Pinciotti. In the thorough 70s show pilot, Donna has a younger sister, Tina. She's there long enough to register as part of the Pinciotti household, to make the family feel fuller, the basement hangouts more populated, and then much like a 45 single that never charts, Tina disappears. The rest of the series treats Donna as an only child, like the sister was a dream you had during a summer nap. Why it sticks. Sitcom pilots are laboratories. Characters are added, subtracted, and swapped as the show's identity clicks into place. But erasing a sibling reframes how we understand Donna's world. Her independence, her role as an only child among a pack of boys, her specific brand of self-reliance. Tina's absence is subtle in the long view. Yet once you've seen the pilot, it hums underneath the continuity like a lost guitar line. We've arrived at number 1, with a character who isn't a pilot experiment, or a forgotten kid lost in the crowd. She was front and center for a whole run of episodes right up to the finish line. 1. Tori Scott. The Bayside timeline is neat and tidy until Tori roars in on a motorcycle with a leather jacket and an energy that scrambles the classroom seating chart. With Kelly and Jesse missing from a block of episodes, Tori Scott steps into the spotlight, trading barbs with Zach, bonding with the gang, and giving the show a new flavor right when its rhythms could have grown stale. Then graduation hits, and the finale reunites everyone except Tori. No group hug, no "I'll see you around," no explanation. She just vanishes from the happiest day at Bayside. Why it sticks? Because the finale is the moment you expect the show to stitch every dangling thread. Tori wasn't a brief cameo. She was a lead across a specific production block that aired interleaved with other episodes. Fans who watched straight through felt a strange whiplash. One week you're in the Tori timeline, the next you're suddenly back in Kelly and Jesse land. When the cap and gown curtain falls, Tori has no curtain call. That absence haunts the ending more than any unlearned lesson or unsolved scheme. In a show built on sunny closure, Tori gets clouds. From sitcoms to prestige dramas, from pilots to finales, these vanishings tell a story not just about characters, but about television itself. Shows evolve, chemistry clarifies, budgets tighten, breakout stars change the gravitational pull of an ensemble, and sometimes in the process, a character gets swallowed by the edit. We feel those absences because TV is intimate. We invite these people into our homes week after week, and when one goes missing without goodbye, the room feels a little different. Maybe that's the secret power of these silent exits. They turn us into continuity detectives. We remember the sister the show doesn't. We save a seat for the teacher who never came back. We raise an eyebrow at a finale that forgot a friend. And we keep talking about them years later. Judy at the Winslow's dinner table, Chuck somewhere upstairs, Tori waiting just off stage in a leather jacket because no goodbye is in its own way the loudest kind of ending. Who did we miss? Drop your favorite vanished without a goodbye in the comments. And tell us which show you think handled a disappearing act the best or the worst. And if you like these character deep dives, stick around. Next time, we're looking at the characters who were recast so smoothly you almost didn't notice. Almost.